but welcome again. Welcome to Become a Smart Women with Money 5-Day Challenge. We are on day 4, so we're almost closer to the end. If you guys have not been able to watch the full challenge and take the full challenge, make sure to join us. The link is in the bio, and in a lot of the posts that are in my social media. So make sure to take advantage of that. Also, remember that tomorrow we have the masterclass, and this is going to be in a private setting. So that means that you have to actually sign up for this masterclass in order to be able to have access to it. And then all the recordings for this masterclass, for this challenge, all of them are in the page. So if you haven't signed up, if you don't have access to the workbook, make sure to sign up for the challenge, and then you will be able to have access to all of the recordings for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So make sure to say hi. Tell me who you are, where you're coming from, and then what questions do you have if you were here yesterday, Tuesday, or Monday, and then let's get started. So on Monday, we talk about how to have become find our identity and become a finance babe, right? How to absorb that identity of becoming a finance babe, and also let the finance babe come to play out to play. On day 2, we started talking about creating goals that we want to achieve towards the end, before the end of the year. And this is what is called the 12-week year. So in 12 weeks, we are going to achieve things that we didn't think it was possible, and that we thought that we were going to achieve it this year, but at the moment we haven't. And a lot of times it's not that we're not capable of doing it. A lot of times is because we think that we have a lot of time. That's one of the things. The second thing is that there's distractions, things that happen, things that come up, and then that takes us away of what it really matters to us, the important goals that we want to achieve, right? So that's what we discuss in day 2. And make sure that you fill out the workbook, and I made it really easy for you to make a PDF that is fillable, so you guys will be able to do that. And then the third day, yesterday, we did the money declaration. So you will be able to decide, after you reach all those goals, you are going to make some changes in your life that are going to, and you're going to declare it to yourself, declare it to your accountability partner, declare it to the world that you are going to do these things because you want to take charge of your money. And today we are going to be learning some financial concepts. And I'm going to start with this. A lot of times we think that financial concepts are not that sexy, right? That we feel that it's a little bit boring to talk about financial terms and financial concepts. Sometimes, we have that resistance around it. But when you understand what each of the terms means, what each of the concept means, you are going to get excited, because now a whole new world open up for you, and you will be able to understand things that you thought were very difficult or that were very complicated. So let's take advantage of this. Let's do this. And I'm going to start with assets, because, and by the way, I'm not gonna be opening a dictionary and talking about what the term is in the dictionary. I'm actually going to explain it to you so you can actually visualize it. So assets, I feel that is one of the sexiest words when it comes in finances. Why? Because assets are things that you have that are giving you cash flow, that are giving you money every single month, that is growing, that is helping you to grow your money a lot faster. Things that can be assets could be probably one of the easiest terms, one of the easiest examples, I would say, is real estate. So when you own an investment property that is giving you cash flow, that is giving you money, extra money every single month, then that becomes an asset. Um, your personal home is not really an asset because it's not giving you income, right? Passive income. Another thing that could be an asset could be that you wrote a book and now you're receiving income every single month from the sale of that book. Another thing that can be an asset could be stocks and bonds. I'm not gonna go into deep what that is, but like let's say it like the stock market investments, right? And you can receive you can receive either dividends or you can receive interest from putting your money in those assets. So again, assets is all about receiving money that you're not really working for. You're actually is passive income that is coming every single month. Okay, so that is the first one that I wanted to talk to you. The second one is bills, because a lot of times we don't understand the difference between bills and expenses. And there's a little bit of a difference. And I'm going to explain it right now. So, your bills are the things that cover your lifestyle, the things that cover your basic needs. So, for example, your home, right? Like your roof. When I say home, it's like your roof. So that is a bill that comes every single month. The second one is your electricity. So if you need electricity in order to live inside your home, in order to be able to stay warm, right, inside. So that's another one. It could be also gas, so you can actually cook your meals. And another bill would be probably I you can consider a bill these days that the cell phone, the phone is for you to be able to communicate, but it's not really something that you cannot live without. And then what will keep you warm? And then water. So those are bills. The rest, the things that are not really like a need, a specific needs in your life, those are just expenses, things that are going to help you to keep the lifestyle that you want to have and that you want to keep. Okay. So the third one is cash flow. And I already mentioned it a little bit in the assets, but cash flow is passive income. It's things that are coming in that on a monthly basis that are going to be allowing you to improve your lifestyle. And at some point, we want to create enough cash flow that we don't even have to think about working again if we don't want to. So that's what cash flow is. The other one is debt. And I am going to, in my course, Finance Babe Academy, I'm going to be talking about more in detail about debt. But yeah, debt is what you owe. It's things that is taking money out of your life. It's things that you use at some point. You got that in order uh, to get something that you needed a certain period of time, and now you have to pay for it. So that's what that is. Another one is that I want to mention is taxes. So taxes is a duty here in the United States. When you work, we have the duty to pay taxes, and I want to help you change the perspective, the negative emotions that comes around taxes. The tax code book is actually like this big, like the pages, but about 50 pages is about your responsibility to pay taxes. The rest of the pages in the tax code book is actually on ways that you can avoid, or that you can reduce, not avoid, but reduce legally your tax liability. So a lot of times we get upset about paying taxes. And the reason for that is because we don't understand it. We don't understand, first of all, what taxes are. Obviously, our taxes cover a lot of things. to make our life a little bit easier, like the streets, how you call that, roads and things like that. That's just an example. But but you have to know how you can reduce your tax liability. And when we don't know that, we feel that other people are paying less taxes than us. But it's because of the same thing. It's because we don't understand how taxes work. Okay. So we are going to be explaining that in more detail when we during the Finance Babe Academy. You are going to be able to understand that. Retirement. So retirement is no longer what we thought in the past, that you actually stop finished in your job, now you have a pension, now you never have to work any longer. And retirement has changed a lot. First of all, because pensions doesn't bear, I would say they rarely exist right now. We don't have that job security that we used to have, right? Working 30 years in the same job and then retire and get a pension and your social security. Retire looks a lot different now. And retirement is all about being able to choose when do you want to work, when you don't want to work, and be able to enjoy your time, being able to enjoy the things that you really want to. And it saddens me because I talk to a lot of people every single day, and unfortunately, they didn't prepare for that. They didn't prepare for retirement, and they thought that all they needed was social security, and they realized that with inflation, which is another word that I'm gonna be talking about, then now they don't have enough. They don't have enough money. Please say hi if you guys have any questions, please. I'm talking about financial terms. So since I mentioned inflation, I want to talk about that because inflation for the past 8 to 10 years, it was probably between 2.7 to 3.5. It wasn't even 4%. And these days, due to the pandemic, the inflation is a lot higher. I don't know if you guys have noticed that when you go grocery shopping, the food is more expensive, gas is more expensive. Some of the basic things, basic living things that you always use now, they have become a lot more. And I'm including even electric, water, all those things. The prime material like wood, all of that has increased due to inflation. So what that means, inflation is actually going to continue increasing. So we have to prepare for that. So if, for example, 10 years ago, a pair of jeans was costing you $50, now today it's probably costing you $140. So that's the effect of inflation. So when we plan our future, when we pay ourselves, when we plan all of our investments, then we have to take in consideration inflation, because what is costing you today, it might not be costing you, it might cost you a lot more later on. So the assets that we're creating, you have to take that in consideration, that are going to allow you to retire. And when I say retire, or achieve financial freedom, which is the other word that I wanted to tell you about, is financial freedom is actually the money that you have with the interest that are going to allow you to have the lifestyle that you desired, and that it will allow you to choose when you want to work and when you don't want to work. So if we want to enjoy that financial freedom, then we have to understand that we have to take in consideration inflation. Okay. Another financial term is ROI. A lot of people don't understand what ROI means. And I think this is very important because that is the return on your investment. So if you put your money, if you put $1 somewhere, and the interest on the return on your investment is going to be 10%, you know that you are going to make 10 cents for every dollar that you have. And that will take me to the next one, which is compounding interest. Compounding interest is when now that 110 then it's going to accumulate at 10% as well. And now it's going to be growing every single time. And it's going to keep compounding. So that dollar now turned into $2, and $2 turned into $3, and $3 turned into $10. And little by little is going to keep compounding that interest. And I think that is super important, because when you have debt, there's compounding interest attached to that. And when you have assets, there's compounding interest attached to that too. So which one do you prefer, right? Do you prefer to have the compounding interest against you, or do you have to have or do you want to have the compounding interest in your favor? So all these things we have to take in consideration. And then I talk about financial freedom, but I want to talk about generational wealth. That would be the other concept that I want to mention. Generational wealth is about, now you're not thinking about just yourself, but you are thinking about your legacy. You are thinking about everybody else that in the future is going to come, even if you're not here. So when you are able to create generational wealth, that means that after you pass away, your heirs are going to be able to keep enjoying the fruits of your labor, the things that you have done in order to create that generational wealth that will last generation after generation. So, and there are ways that we can do this. Is the problem is that we don't know. So I will be talking about that on module 8 of Finance Babe Academy. So make sure to keep an eye on that when I launch it, when I talk about that. All right. So I don't see any questions. I don't see any comments. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you have any comments regarding these financial terms. In the workbook that for day 4 for today, all of those concepts are going to be there. If you didn't write it down, my explanations, etc., I would suggest that you go back to the workbook, write it down. Again, it is easier. It is easy for you just to type it out. And if you can think of others, of other terms, then I will definitely suggest it. And I'm going to leave you a homework. I want you to Google Mr. Google, right? He's the one that that gives us a lot of information. I want you to Google the rule of 72. I'm not gonna explain it today, but I will explain it in my course in Finance Babe Academy in detail about how it works. But I want you to Google it as an assignment, right? As a for you to start getting a little bit of knowledge about what that is. And the reason for that is that the rule 72 is life changing if you understand it. But a lot of people are not even aware that about that. They don't even know that about the rule of 72. It's actually considered one of the eighth wonder in the world. If you understand it, and you can use it towards your favor, and it can be life changing. So that will be the assignment. And then lastly, please don't forget that tomorrow I am not going to be live here. So make sure to sign up for the webinar, for the masterclass. And I'm going to tell you more in detail what the masterclass is about. The name is 7 Sneaky Myths that Stop Women from Achieving Financial Security, and the simple shift that you can make in order to fast track your finances now with ease. So I am going to be talking about this 7 myths, and this might surprise you. I think that a lot of a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about are going to be a surprise for you, because again, we don't think about these things. We unconsciously are living day by day, and then we don't realize, like we're like, I thought that by now I will be financially in certain place, but then to our surprise, we are not, but we don't understand why not. So tomorrow I am going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about the myth, the things that we have believed that are stopping you from achieving financial security. So again, if you have not signed up for the webinar, make sure to go in my bio, in the link on my Facebook, and where else? Yes, and make sure to, if you cannot find it, please feel free to reach out to me, and I gladly will send you the link so you can be part of the masterclass. You have 3 opportunities to watch the masterclass live. At the moment, I haven't decided if I'm gonna have a replay, because again, I'm making the effort to be live so I can be present with you and answer all the questions that you may have. So I don't see any questions today, or any comments. Unfortunately, nobody's gonna win an Amazon card today. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. And again, make sure, if you want to watch the replay, or if you have not signed up for the challenge and you want to have access to the previous day and the workbooks, make sure to click on the link that is here and the one that talks about the challenge, and then you will be able to join us and watch all the replays for that. And I will leave the replay for the challenge all to next week as well, even if we finish it today. All right. So you guys make it a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.